Today I'm going to be cleaning up the bike. My e-bike hasn't been cleaned in months now, and they have salted the road. All of this grime from the snow. By the way, I'm in New York. All of the grime from the snow is stuck on this bike. It has been that way for months now. Not proud to say, not caring for this bike as I should. In the apartment, it's like a zoo. That's what happens every day. Big dog in the yard, in the house. So, this is the condition that the bike is in. Can't do anything about that noise coming from the neighbor's house. That's what happens on a daily basis. Let me see if I can get this. Alright, so what will I be using for the rinseless? As you can see the title, it's a rinseless wash, no rings wash. So this is what I'll be using to clean my bike. It's in terrible condition. So I'll be use some warm water and just one corkful of ONR, and that should be sufficient to wash the bike. So I'll use some warm water with ONR. This bike has served me extremely well. I really and truly need to take better care of it. Since I bought it, the only time that I've not ridden to work, whether it's rain, snow, or sunshine, was when the bike got punctured. The first set of tires was too, the tubes were defective, and so the back tube got punctured a lot. I eventually bought 2 tubes on Amazon to replace them. So I haven't had any puncture for the last couple months now. But it badly needs to be cleaned. Hasn't been cleaned in months. And I really and truly need to do better, because this bike has several failures. So this is all the water that I'll be using to do the washing. Using ONR. Optimum rinseless wash. And so while it does not sud, if you know anything about the ONR, it should remove all of this dirt and grime from the bike using their fabulous technology. So this is what it entails. This bike has well worth the investment. And anybody who lives in that area or close to work, I would encourage you to get something similar to this. It makes sense. Absolutely makes sense. Everybody keeps asking me, are you going to ride the bike in the snow? And I'm like, yeah. Because I suffer less riding the bike in the snow rather than standing at the bus stop. The time it takes me to get to work, I'll be at the bus stop, waiting in the cold, in the snow. Now I've eliminated all of that, and I get to work within 10 minutes on a daily basis. So I don't live really far from my workplace. I've used this oil now before and told so let me see if I can bring it a little bit closer. So this is a very fantastic product. I've had this oil for a couple months now, but there's really ever the occasion to use it. But if you are living in an apartment where you won't be able to physically wash your bike, then using something like this. And just to prove how well it works, you can see the color of the water. I've already changed because it removes the dirt. And if you are gentle enough, it will do so without creating damages and scratches to whether it be your bike, your car, doesn't matter. You can do it very efficiently, very quickly, in a fraction of the time that it would take to use water. Only the intricate parts really would take a while to get done, because between the spokes and other areas, that will definitely take a while to get a thorough cleaning. But it absolutely works. Now this brush, all of these are automatic. This is an automatic brush that I bought. So for the beginners that are hard to get to, you can use the best brushes to get to those areas. Don't let up the water. And it will help to remove the dirt. And the cleaning process helps it easy and make it faster as well. So this is a very effective way of cleaning your bike, if you live in an apartment. Yeah, so why did I buy this e-bike? Because in order to get to work, I used to work on weekends. In order to get to work on Saturdays and Sundays, the bus would come run early. So what I had to do was to take taxi to work. And I realized that the taxi bill was actually mounting. And so when I did the calculation, look at the cost of this bike, at the time it cost about what, $1,200. I realized that it made sense. When I broke down the figure, look at the annual cost, it would cost me less to buy this e-bike rather than me spending that money continuously on taxis, which I would have to pay for on 2 days, Saturdays and Sundays. And that was about 3 times the cost of the muscle. So from an economic standpoint, it made absolute sense. And it was an easy decision to make to get this e-bike. I have not had a lot of problem, honestly, so I cannot complain much. It has served me well, as I indicated before, whether it be raining, whether it's snowing, and of course, you know, when the sun is shining, that's the most ideal time for it. I'm heading off to work tomorrow. I am not able to show you outside right now, but it's snowy. We had some snow over the weekend. And this bike has served me fantastically well. I have no complaints. I just need to take better care of it so that it will really last for a long time. So I wipe it down with the oil man, and I'm just using a dry cloth, a cleaner cloth. I'm not going to say it's entirely clean, but a cleaner cloth now. So wipe it down. And I will give you an opportunity to see how well this thing actually works. I love motor vehicles that have automotive cleaning equipment. I just don't have a motor vehicle, so they still can be used on painted surfaces, just like a car. If I get a chance, I will apply some polish and wax to help maintain the integrity of the paint. So here's an opportunity to see what the ONR has done. Look at the water. So compared to before, I don't know if you saw it in the beginning. But for the areas that I've used the ONR, that's done a fantastic job removing the road salt and the grime from the bike. And the beauty about this method, it takes only a fraction of the time as it would take to use water, the traditional way of cleaning the vehicle. Well, not a vehicle in this case. In this case, it's an e-bike. But I think you get the point that I'm making. With one simple bucket of water, and it isn't even a full bucket, you can do amazing things because of the technology that is used to create this product. Works fantastically well. It will save you a whole lot of time. I don't want to create so much of a mess. Right? Compared to washing a vehicle, you don't want to create so much of a mess. So it's practical and it makes sense. So for all the persons who are watching, this is a method I highly recommend. The ONR, and you have it with wax as well. They have another version and it comes with the wax, and you know that wax is a protectant, so it will form a layer of protection on the bike, on the material, making it last even longer and offering some level of protection to the paint as well. So I am very much impressed with this e-bike from the company Electric, Lectric, Electric. Good customer service. I had issues, contacted them, and they really and truly delivered. I know e-bike is creating a scare right now, but I think they are one of the better companies in terms of the technology that they use to deliver a superior class product, a quality class product. And so far, I think my fears are allayed by the fact that I know it's a superior product. It's not the cheapest of materials that they use to create the product. So far, I have not had much issues with this bike. One major concern I had, let me see if I can show you, was with this latch. This latch on 2 occasions pulled on me while I was riding full speed. So I don't trust this anymore. I haven't found a permanent solution as yet. So what I've done is to take this bag strap and to strap it so that it doesn't accidentally pull open. But overall, I'm impressed. I've saved a whole lot of money. Is there any problem with the battery when I ride through the cold? So far, no. The only thing I've observed is that the battery life seems to deteriorate a bit more. I don't necessarily think it was designed for this kind of climate temperature, because most of the cars don't do well in extremely low temperatures. But because it's not exposed for very long, I don't really worry. It's just that I have to charge it a little bit more often, as more than I used to. So usually I could get 3 days on a charge. That's one of the drawbacks I have. I don't think the battery life is as good as I would love. I don't work very far from where I live. And it's only, it was usually 2.5 days. If I push it, I will get 3 days, but by then the battery life would have gone down very low. And for rechargeable batteries, that's not necessarily the best thing to do. You don't want to do that with a battery, because it will cause the battery life to deteriorate if it is depleted too much on a regular basis. And then the other downside to it is that charging the battery too often will also deplete the battery life. But I have to keep it charged for the simple fact that this bike is almost impossible to move without that support from the battery. Without the electric motor, this bike is almost impossible to ride. Very difficult. It takes muscles to keep this bike moving when the battery depletes. And it also has a protecting mechanism in it, so to prevent damage to the electronics and to the battery. Once the battery life depletes and runs down too low, it basically reduces the amount of voltage that it would send to the motor, and that's a means to protect it, and so you don't get as much power. So let me just give you a quick Right. So, not bad. This is not bad at all. Right? Didn't take a very long time. And it removed pretty much all the grime that was on it before. Just need a little more time to touch up. But I'll be riding in the snow tomorrow, so I don't know if I'm going to spend those extra minutes to make it pristine. What I'll probably do instead is to put on some polish and a little bit of wax to protect the paint. But yeah, it's an impressive product. It's an impressive product. It really works. Right? Months of salt. You can see it on the rim. You should be able to see it. This is what's on the rim. And usually it doesn't require more than one application. Right? You squeeze out most of the water. And you're ready to go. This is all that is required. Sorry about the lighting. I don't want better quality light, so. Right, that's it. Alright, so. This is it. Since I won't be able to show the other aspect of this cleaning process, the rim, it's almost complete anyways. It's almost complete. But this is what you can do if you need to clean your bike. Regular bike, e-bike, bicycle in tight quarters in an apartment. See? It's an apartment. That's upstairs leading to another apartment. And just to prove a point, that's all the water that's on the ground. That's not bad, right? That's not bad at all. So I've been recording for 23 minutes, so within half an hour, basically, this bike is clean. If you have questions, you can post it in my comment section, and I'll do my best to answer these questions. So I want to thank all the persons who tuned in or are watching. I do appreciate you taking the time out, and if you have questions, I am here to answer as best as possible. But if you need a bike, I can recommend this e-bike, this electric. It has been a wonderful experience. Few minor issues, but nothing to gripe about, nothing to worry about. It will be worth every penny that you spend. Of course, I added some additional features for safety purpose because I had to ride at night. Probably I've seen this before. I installed some UV light, blue light, illuminates the road. Makes it easy for motorists to see me at night. So thank you all for taking the time out to watch. I appreciate you. Okay, until next time, take care.